Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Skull and Bones 212 here, and in today's Gears of War video, we are going to be covering some recent news that came out in a press conference regarding Gears of War E-Day from Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox himself, and we're also going to be talking about some personal things that I hope happen for this game. But first off, we're going to be talking about this interview that happened with Phil Spencer in IGN, and he basically talked about how Gears 4 and 5 was another team within the coalition's vision and how that's not the vision for this current team within the coalition. This is a whole new group of people working on this game, and they want to be able to tell their story of Gears the way they feel it should be told, but the way that they can go about doing this is only starting from the beginning, before the beginning. And they don't want to leave people wondering like, oh, what happened at the end of Gears 4 and 5 and if that's going to be disregarded. We don't know that yet. I think maybe we'll figure that out once this game releases and the response that it gets from the community and fan base and public, and we decide what we want to do from there. But in the meantime, I do think they're going to play it safe and leave 4 and 5 out in the open for the wilderness. The coalition makes sense on starting to work for this vision of Gears and what it can look like, what they want it to look like. So we don't really know yet. Like I said, we're getting there, and they want to make their vision of Gears something in their own way that they feel it should have been done from the beginning. And who knows, they might retcon 4 and 5. We don't know that. They might tell their story from this one and move forward, or tell it from here and then make a new Gears 4 or a new Gears 5. We don't know. But with that being out the way, we go to talk about core features that we should be expecting in the game, and that's going to be that this is a linear game. It's not a transition to any open world or anything that we've been doing, that it's a return to format. It's going to be horror, it's going to be grotesque, it's going to be gory, it's going to be uneasy, it's going to be we're going to be seeing shit in this game up supposedly that's not going to really be comfortable for us, and that's good, because that's war. We're supposed to be in the shit, and that's what Gears of War has always been about. So this game is really returning to its roots, and I am an advocate of that. I really do like that. It's set in the city of Kelowna, which is a place in Sarah we have never been to. It might be near Jacinto, which is the major city that Sarans hold in regard in the Gears of War universe, but we don't really know that. Unreal Engine 5 will be ripping the city apart. Don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that there's going to be Levolution in this game. And if you don't know what Levolution is, games like Battlefield or games like The Finals use Levolution in their gameplay. The environment reacts to the players' interactions, such as throwing explosives, and whatever the player does, a building could crumble, fall apart, whatever. Maybe that's what they're hinting to. I don't know. Again, they said they're not going the open world route. Things are subject to change. We don't know what to expect. And I would rather actually hope they don't go the open world route, because I'm going to save that for a little bit later in this video. Now, as you guys can also see, they talk about, this isn't covered, I should have gotten a picture for it, but they talk about their return to uniform and how they had redesigned the Locust. They gave them a new design, and at this point in the war and the story and everything, Marcus and Dom had never really fought Locust before. This is new for them, and them fighting a drone for the first time. You can see in the trailer, Marcus is fighting to survive. He's not fighting like this is an everyday thing. Bro is actually getting his ass handed to him and getting tossed around the room. He's never fought a fucking monster before. Bro's trying to figure out how to just get away. You can't even do that. So they said that they wanted to make the drones scarier, not just cannon fodder like the rest of the games, and then everything else with the Locust is upscaled from there. And that essentially means that the Grenadiers, Cantuses, Wretches, they are going to look horrible. And in a good way. Like, they're going to look scary, and I'm hyped for that. I don't know what they plan to do in terms of interactions with past Gears characters, new Gears characters. Again, we're going to have to, see when we get there. But the other thing that I want to talk about now is my speculation with multiplayer. Now, I don't want anybody to get upset at me, but this is just my hot take on it, and I want you guys to expect this. Don't be surprised if we get a battle royale. If it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I am calling it kind of like 50 out of 100. They're probably going to do a battle royale, and I'm all for it. And the reason being is because Gears, the whole franchise besides multiplayer and the esports scene, it has no replayability for the everyday gamer. You're not going to go and want to play the campaign 500 gazillion times. You're not going to want to go and look through your cosmetics 100,000 times, load into a horde match. This shit gets boring. Battle Royale, it offers some different engagements, RNG. Like, it's just with Battle Royale, the possibilities are endless. Updates to the story on the map, fluid new gameplay. It forces them to step away from things that we're used to. You know, I don't know if we're going to get the center screen shotgun back or right hand to left hand advantage shotgun gameplay. I don't know if we're going to get classic movement, single stick movement. We don't know. We don't know what we're going to get in this Gears of War. And I can tell you one thing. We've already seen new features in the trailer. Marcus slides to pick up the Retro Lancer. That's a new mechanic, letting you guys know right now. Hand-to-hand combat. Looks like there's a lot of hand-to-fucking-hand combat in this game. They wouldn't have been putting that in the trailer if it wasn't hinting towards something. I'm just letting you know. Sometimes things are in trailers to look aesthetically pleasing, look good. But most of the times in games like this, things are in the trailer that look out of place that most likely will end up in the game. I'll throw it back to Halo Infinite's grapple hook. Chief had a grapple hook in the E3 trailer. People were like, nah, it's not gonna be in the game. Nah. Leaks came out, the game came out. The grapple hook was an item that you were using extensively heavily during gameplay. Now, this new coalition has a task of actually correcting, speaking of Halo Infinite's mistake, because amidst the time that Infinite came out, PS5 was laying the fucking ground with this game after game after game, and Xbox had no response to that. Now that Xbox acquired Activision and has all these studios working, we've got, another game I'm excited for, shameless plug, State of Decay 3. I've been playing that game for a little while, and it's a good-ass game. They had the Coalition help and develop the combat and movement in the new State of Decay. I will definitely be playing that. The Coalition is quite literally carrying all of Xbox on its back right now to make a comeback, because they're going to be using the Unreal Engine 5 for the very first time. And everything you saw in the trailer, that's in-game footage. That's not a cutscene. That is in-game, rendered in-game. What you were seeing in that trailer is what you're going to see in the game. And that is insane. The Coalition is now going to have the task of holding all of Xbox on its back from criticism from the public, fans, everybody, consumers, everything. And they got to show out big. They got to do something that they're not afraid to do, step out and broaden the horizons of Gears, because I'm telling you, man, like, we've got to go big this time. And if I'm coming back as a full content creator, I want you guys to know, if I'm pouring my heart and soul out, especially with all these other content creators, we want something new, something with replayability, something that is different. We've never seen Gears in a Battle Royale environment. Imagine dropping from a Raven in the city during E-Day with your squad of 4 or 3, whatever it is, bro. Like, dropping down, having a loot with whatever you can, playing as either Stranded or COD Gears. You start off with a snub or something like that, and you got to find supplies. That's all you got. I don't know. Figure something out. Just do it. We have these new gameplay mechanics like sliding shown and combat, hand-to-hand combat. The hand-to-hand combat isn't anything new. In a leaked E3 trailer from like probably 2000 and something, when Gears 2 came out, there was like a leaked gameplay footage of you punching somebody while in a chainsaw duel. So, this isn't anything new to the franchise. This has been kept behind closed doors. So if they bring it to light now, I genuinely can't wait to see what they do with it. But it looks like there's going to be various forms of combat within the game to prevent getting executed, to prevent getting chainsawed, retro stabbed, a bunch of stuff. I do want to say that I am an advocate, like I am saying before, I am an advocate for this VR if it does happen, and I hope it does, because it's going to offer a lot of replayability, a lot of exposure to new and old players. They're going to want to try this out, and a lot of people are hating, saying, I don't want to see a VR. I'm going to tell you something right now. Shut the fuck up. We need this. As a Gears fan, we need this shit. We need something new, man. And Gears 4 and 5, I want to go back and touch on this. Gears 4 was not a bad game. Looking back at it, it was a very good game. I liked it. It capitalized off of Gears 3, which we were fresh off of at the time. That's all we knew. And made some tweaks and made it a little bit better. Gears 5, they did too much. And it was a little bit too late for when they tried to save the game. So I hope that they stay away from Gears 5 and what they did. But it wasn't that bad of a game. I do think that Gears 4 will stay in my heart. Gears 5, not so much. But I do believe that in the near future, we should be expecting something that is going to be out of the ordinary for Gears, and we should accept it instead of deny it and give it hate. So I want you guys to be prepared for that. Just know that, and that's pretty much it. That's all I've got. So if you guys were interested in this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment. This is your boy Skull and Bones 212. I can't say how ecstatic I am to be back. I can't wait to see, everybody that is out there grinding gears and on the way for the new game's arrival. And I can't wait, just like the rest of you guys. So until then, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.